did get one, huh? You want me to?
Oh, did you, baby? You did you, baby?
It's like a yellow.
Is it too small?
Say hi to the picture. Yeah, but yes. Yeah, it's too small.
Aww.
Oh shit.
Yay! Okay, bye-bye! That was fun. Let's do that again.
I feel hot. It's hot in here.
Maybe you got sunburn. That's why you're hot.
Maybe. Oh, it looks like it, huh?
Yeah, because look at my chest.
Oh yeah.
Look at your neck.
Oh no. Maybe that's why I'm
Yeah,
hot.
because you're sunburned.
Even though it's 86 degrees in our house right now.
It's not bad.
And 86 outside. But it's starting to cool down.
Your neck is all red.
Alright, so this morning, as you just saw in the video, we went fishing, or maybe I'll save the video to the end of the video, or the episode. So it might play during, might play after it at the end. Good time. I went down there to actually meet up with an old friend who is paddleboarding with a group, and we got there late, so they were already way out in the lake. So we'll have to catch up to them next time, but we did fish for almost 2 hours. It was fun. Janae caught the fish.
I did.
And I caught a little baby that's not on video. Just a little thing. Alright, so today, real quick, we're not going to be down here long. I want to get a second coat on all these stain boards. And that way it dries, especially if we're not going to be here tomorrow. Then it'll have an extra day of drying, so that'll be good. And then I'm going to stain this too, so if you want to sand that. Yeah, you did get red.
Yeah.
I could see the.
Like I'm itchy right here, I think, because it's.
Need the cooler weather.
Okay, so sand this.
I am ready for winter.
Oh, I'm ready for bed. What am I doing? Just getting the glue off?
Yeah.
This side doesn't look bad at all.
So I can stain it. And action. What are we doing today?
Fingers in the way.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's over here.
Oh.
We are. Oh, we should have took a picture of our trolley ride. We just took the trolley to the transfer trash station just to charge up the battery, lube up the engine, and we end up meeting two separate friends of ours there. It's so funny. And one in which we're going to dinner with tonight even.
Only in a small town.
Huh?
I said only in a small town.
Right. Everybody knows everybody at the trash compactor. All right, so real quick, we're not doing much because we're gonna let this stuff dry a bit more. I could stain the second coat on these though.
Yeah.
I could do that. I'll do that. Like what? That's how you stain, nice and slow.
You go like this, and then it splatters everywhere.
I know, because I don't have patience for it. I just want it done.
I know, so I'll just do it.
Okay, and then we're gonna paint the hardware one more time real quick. So if you want to do that, then if you don't want me to do it,
No, because you're gonna get it on your good pants.
because I'm wearing my good pants. I actually have pants without holes, yes, but On a nice warm day like today, holy pants are nice. Oh, see, just gotta remember not to wipe anything on myself. All right, so I'm gonna figure out the hardware real quick.
We need to water the vines too.
I just did that the other day, but
is it Sunday?
And I put a little bit on your tree, even though it's
Dead?
Yeah, we could do some since it's Sunday. We didn't get much rain. Because you're right, I didn't do a whole lot thinking we're gonna get rain the other day. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how much of the hardware stuff we need.
And I do both sides of this? And you
yes.
told me to do this middle one?
Yeah, and maybe some overlap, because it looks like it's sanded over a bit. The edges. 5, 10, so it's 30. I know I need 30 of these things, which I know I did yesterday. Do we have all the... No, those are going to be screws. We don't need... I'm not going to do washers on these. That would look stupid. Okay, and then we have the longies for those. And then for the angle ones, for these, I need a total of 1, 2, 3, 9. I just need 9. So let me make sure I've got 9 of those outside.
That's done.
I'm not sure why the sheriff would be able to.
Oh hell.
Maybe he died. Don't know where James is. Looks good. Alright, let's hit the lights. Let's go. We're out of here. So excited. Alright, let's go home and relax. It's Sunday. NASCAR day. Back down here, it is July 29th, I believe. Yes, it's a Monday. Almost 10 o'clock already. I worked this morning on the next video. It's 80.5 and it's rendering right now, so then I'll be able to upload it. It's about 27 minutes. It'll probably take a good full day overnight to upload in our slow internet here. But 80.5, it's a side video. It's all treasures. We got more treasures, vintage treasures. From the valley, so by the time you see this, you've already seen it. So it kind of gives you a timeline of where we're at. I'm trying to catch up on videos, trying to do 2 a week to go live. Today is what, Sunday or Monday, so we uploaded one on Saturday night. So all right, what am I doing today? What am I doing? We had a good time, by the way. Last night we went to a friend's house. They had us over for dinner. Great property. We actually showed their treehouse in a prior episode, which I'll put right here because I don't remember the episode number. Check it out. It was they have a cool, cute little. Did I say the word cute? That didn't happen. Awesome treehouse. So my friends always get me whenever I say the word cute. But anyway, here's a picture too I took last night of one. Right in front of my face, maybe. It's pretty cool. So anyway, what am I doing today? So we came down yesterday Janae and I did to do another coat of stain on these boards on the middle. Looks like we still have a little darker, but that's okay. It could be off a little bit as long as there's 2 coats at minimum. Because I did start with 3 boards that already were stained, put them together. We got more hardware painted, which actually I do need to do this one, don't I? I think I do need to do this one right now. So I'm going to paint this real quick and get this drying while I'm trying to assemble, because today is assembly day. I am hoping to assemble the door. Hopefully these are dry. This is 2 days worth of dry. There might be some tacky parts on the bottom. I could feel it sticking, but for the most part it's pretty dry. So I'm going to assemble that. We got to cut these into about 2-foot pieces. I'm going to get the exact measurement here shortly, and then I'll cut those, touch up paint on those, let those dry a little bit. I got a hammer, kind of mallet those poles together in the 2 boards to fit exactly where these dados go. Alright, by the way, for anybody that I've done this many times, cutting, Janae's cut metal, this, I've said it many times before, I love this saw. Really lightweight. I've gone through one, it did die on me, so I bought another one. I do love, I love this saw. I definitely got my money's worth out of the first one, already got my money's worth out of this one. With that said, I think, let's see if this drill, man, this thing's dead. I'm really bummed out. I mean, the handle got hot the last time I used it, and it was fine when I disconnected. As you probably just saw in the video, it might be in the same episode. It's a bummer. And they actually have it on sale right now with this and a jigsaw. I don't need another jigsaw except this one's battery operated, which would be nice, but I don't use it very often enough to buy that. But both is like 27% off right now, Home Depot. I do see it come up for sale. We don't need another one right now, so I'm going to hold for a little bit. I do have a corded skill saw, or a circular saw. I'm always used to calling it skill saw, even though that was the brand probably that started it. What I was going to say though is, put this down. What I was going to say is, for those that see me cut all this, you might wonder if all these sparks hurt or anything. Nah, I mean, you could feel a little bit. I wear a glove just to keep it off the hand where it hits more. But it's kind of like holding a fire. It's the sparklers for fireworks. It's kind of like that, where you get little sparks on you every now and then. It's not a big deal. Alright, so I have pre-drills on for 3/8, and we're going to be doing a 1/2 inch bolt into those 3/8 pre-drills. The pre-drill goes through here as well as this side. I don't remember if it was on the video when I did that the other day. So you can see I already started 2 of them. The washer fits perfect inside these, and that'll be hidden actually, so this bottom one will be hidden. I originally was going to have it just sticking out, and then I thought, why not just pre-drill and make room for the top of the lag screw. speaking of tools, this one, I love this impact wrench. I have two of them. This is the bigger one. The small one's okay. I guess for smaller stuff, most of the stuff we're doing is pretty big and bulky with these 1/2 inch. This thing works awesome. I mean, it's just so awesome. I don't know what size. I don't remember the size. I think I shared it in a video a while ago when I first got them. But definitely, if you have the choice, go with the bigger one. Alright, what's next? Let's do... Alright, so this is the bottom one. Let's do the top one. So, yeah. This is going to be solid right there. Plus have an L bracket. So otherwise these 3 big long bolts, which go in probably about here, should be plenty to hold these together and hold this bottom to the top here. Alright, we're going to do the same thing, essentially the same thing for the top one, except we're going to hide these by going into the holes. So for this one, here, let's move this out of the way. Oh. Here for now. Alright, so this one. So what I did is when I pre-drilled these holes, 1.5 inch to fit 1.25 inch pipe, I also pre-drilled 3/8 all the way through this one and then through the top. So this bolt and the pole's going to go around the lag screw head, and then I'm going to put a washer in there too. So like I said, I added 3 inches where most of these are about 2 inches, so there's plenty of room for even that washer to be in there. So what we're going to do, essentially same thing here, except instead of going through the bottom of the top board, we're going to go through this one. So these bolts will be hidden. And this is the board that's kind of warped, so we'll do our best, clamp it down here. So what I'm doing is, usually I use dish soap. I'm going to use this WD-40. Throw some back in those holes. All right. You might be wondering, why did I even paint these, right? Because you're not even going to see them at all. But these are zinc bolts. It's cheaper than the galvanized. This is outdoor, and I just figured if you paint them, you might get a little extra longevity on its wear. So maybe instead of 20 years, maybe it'll be 30-year bolt or longer, hopefully. So. Let me get a screwdriver and let's just see. So I'm just going to tap the washer, see if there's any vibration. I think I got it. Oh, let's see. Let me see what I'm talking about. So that one's good. Oop. So I'll make sure I get this one again. Alright, let's just double check. Yeah, it feels so. That sounds solid to me. Exciting. Look at this though. I do see where it must have slipped down like a 16th compared to these. It's pretty darn close though. It's rustic. Rustic, rustic, rustic. That should be the name of our project. So, as you've seen in prior videos, when I did the other doors, just one clamp was been plenty. Two on the bottom, one on top. This, otherwise it's gonna bow up. This will help keep it in. So the other thing is when I hammer them in, sometimes they go crooked. That could be part of the drill not being perfectly straight, because I don't have, not yet anyway, I don't have a drill press when I did these, so I'm doing the best I can to get them straight, and they may not be. So they might be off just slightly, and when I put them in the door and clamp it together, it'll move it back into place. So I'm not worried about that. But when it is slanted, it does make it a little tougher to get these to slide in. Moment of truth. See if this all fits. Okay. So this is where I gotta square this up. So clamps. Batter's up. Alright. I got this thing squared out. So I think the battery ran out in the GoPro, but I tried different clamp options. I used all my clamps for it. I could use one more clamp, unfortunately, but it's all square. So it's all squared, except what's weird is this corner is slightly off. I don't know why. So it's got to be a warped board right there, or maybe it, I mean, I can't see it with my eye, but it's got to be warped because everywhere else is squared. So, but you could see where it kind of, that little gap right here. So maybe it just kind of bows out just right there and kind of comes to a point, which this looks fine. It's rustic, it's supposed to look like a rustic door, so that's fine. I just want to make sure the whole thing's square. Most important, not to hang it and, you know, as the door opens right, but I want to make sure those pulls are completely vertical, and right now it is pretty darn vertical, if 99% maybe. So I think it looks good. From the eye it looks perfect vertical. So now everything's clamped up. Now I gotta do the fun part, right? I gotta put together, I gotta put all the bolts and stuff and brackets in there. So let's get that going. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Pretty easy. Just a tip that I've shared in a previous video as a reminder that when you're doing these L brackets with these softwood fir, has all those grains in there, and I tell you that if you hit the grain just right, it will bump over your screwdriver a little bit. So what I learned the hard way after my first one I did on the very first door is you put your bracket in, you drill your first hole, and then you you stick another bolt in there, and that way it holds it still, so you know it's not going to skip around on you, so you don't have a rough time. On that very first one, on the very first one I did, I had to make the hole bigger in order to get it to fit. It was like an 1/8 off. So that's not cool. And ever since I learned that, everything has been great. Alright, so got the hinges on. Got to hit record. I got the hinges on, which So that helps with 3-inch lag screws that connects this with this. All 3 of those. This has bolts all the way through, so this connects with these. Same with the top. And then we have bolts down here that go all the way through to this one, so this is attached to this, so this all together fits. Same with this side, except for instead of going from the top, I went inside 5 lag screws inside of here, and these fit perfect. Everything appears to be square, or at least 99% square, and that's good. Now, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this backing board underneath. The other thing that I'm probably going to do too is I was going to put this a large T bracket right here, but I kind of screwed up. I didn't screw up, but I didn't think of that one all the way through. But the bolt where it would go would actually be like pretty much right where the pole is. So I can't put a bolt through there unless I guess I could drill through that pole too, right? But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, and actually, you know what? I didn't do it on the other gates, so why start on this one? Because I'm going to put a door handle, like a pipe style, just like the other ones here. So that may just be too much metal right here. Plus a little latch or lock. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put that T underneath here. I put a few screws, and that T is actually going to cover those screws up. And then it's going to overlap this whole board and connect to here. So it's going to be like double connection, except I'm not going to go all the way through it. What I'm going to do is I can offset that and use maybe these 2-inch lag screws instead. That way I'm away from that pole, and on the back side of the gate it's not going to really matter. Okay, so that one's figured out. The only other things that I might be doing is I may secure, because these don't go all the way through, and these are holding up all this plus holding up the door itself. So what I'm going to probably do is just put a couple brackets on the back side of this, just to have some extra support in there. I think that would just be a little extra, because this door, of all the doors I've made so far, is going to be used the most. It's going to be used the most, taking trash out around the back way every single time. And instead of using the big doors will only be for when we get the trash cans out for pickup. So yeah, I want to make sure this one's definitely solid. It has all the pieces, but I like it. I like how, so this is going to be see-through, so we could, somebody can look back in that little cove area to make sure nobody's behind the door or anything like that. You're not hitting each other. Make sure nobody's camping back there. Perfect. Just slightly off there. Perfect. Which means, yeah, that's slightly off there. This is perfect. This is perfect. Slightly off there. But it does look like the square is slightly off here based on this, but this may not be square. It's possible that when I clamped it all together, it didn't get squared, but that's okay. It's rustic, right? So I'm going to put this in, get brackets. I'm going to do the brackets from underneath, and then we'll be putting metal on the inside. Alright, so some of these lag screws I painted, I missed one side. I must have forgot to rotate. Usually have to do 3 times on these to get every edge. So I'm letting that dry for a minute. I guess meanwhile, I mean, I could be done for the day. And then work on metal tomorrow. And then right now, perhaps get that next coat of stain real quick on these edges. And get that done. And then tomorrow, work on the black metal insert. And then, which I can do while it's up. And then, yeah. I like it. I like that idea.